ahyehyɛ no ade so onya ntoboase na atena hoboko na fe na ehya ase sɛ ye bo a na wafa ha me kofa we yaba awofo so ye besere mo ebiri kopem sɛ no nan bɛbɔ de momma emofra ne baabi owo bia mo nhya ase mfrɛfrɛ won kofi amaya ba wo ye betena se na tie radio learning program ne bi boko the steps are also very systematic the person me kire ne sɛ watro na bo ahyehyɛ ne kama enti sɛ wonya ntoboase sɛ wɔtena ho a sɛ de odi kan kae no afi maas no obia be pass tinya ntoboase ene enya me boa ye bɛyɛ mathematics enya me penso a ɔkyerɛ ye bɛyɛ science 1 JHS 1 science na ya say JHS 2 science JHS 1 be hyɛ free 3 o'clock to 3:30 na JHS 2 no so hyɛ free 3:30 to 4 o'clock enya nkopɔn pa Wednesday English eno nso nipa ba ko a waben pa wo district mu a ye friend teacher AC amofra friend teacher AC pardon for friend teacher AC
officer cry friend yes
obi asa no the friend
ba ko bi so wo ho
ye bebo ni nyina wo nyina beba
say amango bunu no
eno de mesro mi ntumi ken wa na wo ka wa asem
ye ni hu asem
enti Wednesday
mi hu asem pa
Wednesday on na eba abra bo no mensa akopem no nan na fe abra asa bo eno nson anadwo asem na ye kan ekopem no nwotwe awofo se mo anka ye ho a ye bebre agukwa nti ye besrew se wo ba se wo dwumadie bi kura di a mesre se ma wonsu ade anu nwie ye radio learning no wi a wo adwuma bi mana na ode ama no sa anya sa ade a me no mienu ye bebre agu enti asehye ne kama kwasi de nyina ye beba ebre no me kasa me boba a ye be check akra but wo de ma me mfa nto aso se mo behu wona a wo ba enyankopon pa ya wo danso ye be social studies social no be 1 JHS 1 social there science 3 that is JHS 3 science abra bonom yensa apaemu simaduasa ekopem no 9 if fieda which is Friday and also ye be English for JHS 3 and also 3 to 4 na memene da ha na ebe sere se afuom no ye ma esonte se kra ha penasi awie
ade
se ebe sere se memene da nso abrabo number kopem 130 no nso na ye be san hia aye English no ye be English form 1 and that of form 2 then mathematics will continue that same day Saturday that one to start from 2 o'clock and end at 2:30 then Sunday and also 1 to 1:30 and so social studies for JHS 2 and JHS 3 and 1:30 to 2 no na be JHS 3 no na fi asan be hyase Monday biu nti mesrawo sabre wo be fa wa twerɛdua na wa fa wo moma no na watena se bɔkɔ abra ye bo ade na kyerɛwo ye wie nso a ye be san ayes ye be ka ni nyina abɔ ne po that is summary ama wate ase yi ebere bi ba eno so be bie ahomatorofo na tum na ye wonte ase na wabisa na ye nya ntobo ase nso akyerɛkyerɛ mu ye be srɛ wo ye head teacher na wo teme nka ɔkyerɛ wo kwa ma nkwala no nyina hunu sɛ wɔka ho bi abofra bia ka ho bi ti ye be srɛ momma wasonte sa ama ye ɛne ebi nua sabre ye be srɛ na wabɔ ade no ama yakwa yanim
me ba cho me da ase papa abusia enen boy bay
break over please.
Hello, moms and dads and all learners. The Ministry of Education, GES, brings your way Ghana Learning Radio featuring all the different subjects from Basic 1 to Basic 9. Subjects include mathematics, science, English language, social studies, and our world, our people. Go up! Tune in at 3:30 every weekday afternoon on all radio networks across the country. Ghana Learning Radio with all other subjects is meant to support all learners at the basic level. See you!
Pause the plane, it's time for learning. It's calling on the radio, are you hearing? No, are you listening? School, are you missing it? Call your sister, auntie, cousin, ask them, are you listening? Ghana Learning Radio is designed to engage the children in fun and exciting ways. So mothers, fathers, and children, let's all gather around the radio. If you just learn to read and read to learn on Ghana Learning Radio, I know you'll be great one day.
Hello, caregiver. Hello, learners. Welcome to the Ghana Learning Radio Mathematics program. Learners, are you ready for an exciting lesson today? This is Basic 7, Lesson 1. Learners, we will be learning mathematics today, and our topic is collect and record data. And yes, we will also play games and learn new mathematical terms. If you are ready, my name is Mr. Mills Edward, your radio teacher. Caregiver, please assist pupils in taking a notebook, a pen or pencil, and a ruler. Are you ready?
Pause the playing, it's time for learning. The future is calling on the radio. Are you hearing? No, are you listening? School, are you missing it? Call your sister, auntie, cousin, ask them, are you listening? Ghana Learning Radio is designed to engage the children in fun and exciting ways. So mothers, fathers, and children, let's all gather around the radio.
In today's lesson, we will use these key words. So please repeat each twice after me. The first word is data. Data. The next is sources. Sources. The next word is questionnaires. Again, questionnaires. And finally, we'll make use of the word interviews. Again, interviews. Beautiful. Now, before we begin, let's take a quick starter to warm ourselves up for our main lesson. Hope you are ready. For our starter for today, we'll take a look at skip counting. Do you know what skip counting is? Skip counting is counting forwards or backwards by numbers other than 1. So for our skip counting activity today, we will count in 25s. That is, we will add 25 each time to get the next number. Caregiver, please help learners to do this mentally. That is, they should say them and not write them down. Now learners, I'm going to give you a set of skip counting numbers and I want you to fill in the missing ones. Let's start. 25, 25, 50, 50, dash, 100, 100, dash, and finally 150. So learners, please take a few seconds to fill in the missing numbers. You are welcome back. I'm sure you were able to do that easily. If you skip counted well, the numbers will be 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, and finally 150. So the missing numbers were 75 and 125. Brilliant. I'm sure you are excited after getting everything correct. Now, learners, I want you to continue to practice some skip counting activities with your friends and families at home. Now, let's begin our main lesson for today. Learners, I want you to listen to this scenario carefully. A B6 pupil wanted to know the best subject of her classmate. After asking each of her classmates, these were their responses. Mathematics. Mathematics again. Ghanaian language. English language. Science. English language. Mathematics. Creative art. Mathematics. English language, and finally creative art. I'm sure you were able to quickly write them down. Now, think about these questions and quickly write something down for me. The first question is, what was the information about? I'll take the question again. What was the information about? The second question is, how can we obtain or get such information? Again, how can we obtain or get such information?
Pause the playing, it's time for learning. The future is calling on the radio. Are you hearing? No, are you listening? School, are you missing it? Call your sister, auntie, cousin, ask them, are you listening? Ghana Learning Radio is designed to engage the children in fun and exciting ways. So mothers, fathers, and children, let's all gather around the radio.
You are all welcome back. Now, learners, I am sure you were able to answer the questions easily. Now, to answer question 1, we have to say the information is about best subject or favorite subject or the most liked subject. Right. For question 2, we could say that we can obtain such information by asking our friends to write it down or say it. Good job. I'm happy you got the answer correct. Okay, learners. Now, from our example, we can say that we have collected data about best subject of B6 pupils. So, what is a data? Bingo! Data is said to be a piece of information collected. So learners, anytime you collect a piece of information, you can describe it as data. Now that we all understand what a data is, let us write 5 examples of data we can collect about our friends, families, animals, towns, and other events or situations like sport, class score, to mention but a few. Please take a few seconds to write this data down. Welcome back, my wonderful learners. You have all done a good job. I am sure you were able to write at least 3 of them.
Pause the plane, it's time for learning. The future is calling on the radio. Are you hearing? No, are you listening? School, are you missing it? Call your sister, auntie, cousin, ask them, are you listening? Ghana Learning Radio is designed to engage the children in fun and exciting ways. So mothers, fathers, and children, let's all gather around the radio.
Now listen to some examples of data that I have. 1. The type of drinks to buy for a class party. 2. The number of drinks in each classroom. 3. The amount of money JHS1 pupils spend on bus fare to school every month. 4. What brand of mobile phone is the best? 5. Marks, scores in exercises, tests, exams, etc. And finally, you can also collect data about height of pupils. Great. Now that we can all write some examples of data, let us look at various ways we can collect our data.
Pause the plane, it's time for learning. The future is calling on the radio. Are you hearing? No, are you listening? School, are you missing it? Call your sister, auntie, cousin, ask them, are you listening? Ghana Learning Radio is designed to engage the children in fun and exciting ways. So mothers, fathers, and children, let's all gather around the radio.
We can collect data by using 1. Questionnaires. I want you to listen to the word carefully. Questionnaires. It is just like saying question and air. So together it becomes questionnaire. We can also use interviews. Interviews. Another way that we can also collect data is by observing. So we have observation. We can also use experiments. I am sure you have done some experiment before. We'll do some experiment in our next lesson. But we can also use electronic media or the internet. Alright learners, I am sure we have understood all that we have learned today. So learners, let us recap what we have learned in today's lesson. Today, we learned about data. Do you remember what we said data is? We said data is a piece of information collected. We also learned about sources of data. And we said they include sports result, monthly water bills, test scores, and school election result. And there are many more of these sources of data that we can have around us. Finally, learners, in today's lesson, we also talked about methods of collecting data. And we said we can use questionnaires, interviews, observations, experiments, and many more. Good work done. In our next lesson, we will continue to talk about the methods of data collection.
Yeah. Let me say, lesson and a lesson, no. Yeah, we are Nessa. But before them, no, we say, may summarize the lesson. I say, me born it tougher. I say, and a lesson. I mean, Mr. Frank. I mean, English kakra. Wow. In our today's lesson, I want to summarize what the lesson is all about. What did we learn today? We learned one about data. And we said, when we said data, what does it mean? We said data is a piece of information that we collect for a purpose. That's a piece of information collected for a purpose. And we also learn about sources of collecting data. Because sources are, my family team, Mr. Frank.
Yeah, okay.
So sources are quite so enya information. Same Mr. Frank, but I ba team kakra information.
Information na dey no na waka na dey be say sources no ye ba bia ye nya free.
Ba bia ye
nya information
free. And the sources no. Enti no ye hwe sources no. Ye wo sources be be and it depends maybe ne o pesa onya. E bi kra me pesa me ye minya malaria patients a omba maybe time district hospital. E dey be I don't know kwaya me fa so a menya no and sources. So sources e bit to say questionnaire me call hospital ma ko bisa baby how nurses na and say nipa say na report to malaria cases. So any questionnaires e bi wo also a me interviews e bi so wo a even internet scrap meet me are solicitors for informations. Ni nyina ye ade a isua ne ne. And experiment and also ye another sources are yedinya informations. And you know, and the topics no dey very interesting anyway. Very interesting to send na record this in call once na call slow you know ubia I think say ubia itimi hu what it entails. And data collection also and yet we have different type of data collection. In our next lesson, we will look at we will continue looking at those data collection until we finish it entirely. You know, Adibakwa Mr. say this program, especially Omo betre BC, you know, Omo taking it very serious. You know, say them Mr. Frankie Dukaka and I will follow you know. We are encouraging everybody to at least Omanima and I say ne was Ubia de bia time this one. No more budging when you say jingle no pet. But so maybe I'll bow bia and I say what will be make sure say Ajuma bia or the amani so bia over jana. Now at least also on your part of this very important lessons. Indeed, I said, Mr. Frankie, na no any meka me o bibi kanti me jaka samuno mana also ato aso kakra.
Atie for yedamase se mochie ye di kan. Na suafo no so me wogidie bi se obi a otie bi ene bia no wasua ade.